The following is an exclusive presentation of the NCCU Sports Network.
Get out.
I was pleased, and I was pleased because we remained solid. We remained disciplined in our approach for what we were trying to do. Our intentions were to work on some things, and the last two games against the high majors, especially against Memphis, I had to turn the tape off. I've never been that embarrassed as a coach. We were just bad. We were horrible. We were atrocious in all areas, and we looked like a team that had never played or practiced together. So we wanted to get back to the fundamentals of what we do and be in the proper position, and for the most part we were, and I was pleased with that.
How much does it help to get a win like this coming off of those two losses?
It builds their confidence. They're young, they're relatively inexperienced in terms of playing together. And when you have 8 new guys, sometimes the trust isn't there immediately, and that has to be earned. And in these games, they earn not only the trust of what the coaching staff is asking them to do, but what their teammate is asking them to do as well. So now they know if I get beat, then I have a teammate that's going to help me. If I need a ball screen, I got a teammate that's going to set that screen. And long as they understand that we have to be there for one another for us to be successful, I think that's a start in the right direction.
When you're making your schedule, do you purposefully put a team like Barber-Scotia after a big long road trip to kind of, no matter what happens, you always have the safety net of being able to build your team's confidence back?
Strategically, you try to plan it like that. The difficulty with us and our program has been scheduling overall. We got to go on the road so much because we can't get any suitors. No one will play us, especially coming here. So we'll be on the road 23 out of 30 days. So in a perfect world, you try to schedule it and piece it that way. But right now, we just kind of take what we can get and just drop games in as they come.
When you look at your bench, you got a lot of production out of them tonight. Able to get the guys in. One of those guys is Nate Maxey. Right. Talk about how much he improved in this game and what you saw out of him.
The challenge for him is, and I speak about it all the time to him, is just being comfortable in his own skin. none of us can understand what he goes through on a day-to-day basis because he's 6'11". Yeah, he's far. I mean, he's far from Kevin Durant. Trust me, if he was Kevin Durant, I'll be coaching with a lazy boy recliner. I'll just be laid back, you know. But, you know, he has a lot of work to do. And just basically we have him watch tape of previous players in our system. We try to encourage him just to be himself and just have a high energy and a motor. And when he do that, good things will happen. If you're 6'11" and you just go play with energy and effort, 7 rebounds will just fall in your hands, yet alone the 3 that you decide to go get out of your area. So that's what he has to understand. And he picked up a basketball late. He's a late bloomer. He started playing basketball when he was 14, 15 years old. So he's still learning along the way.
Your shooting percentage was way up tonight, especially how encouraging is that after such a dismal shooting performance, I guess?
Yeah, we were horrible against Memphis. I thought they had a lid on the goal. It was absolutely disgusting. We were open, and the shots were there and readily available. We just didn't make them. We have to make layups. We have to make open shots, and we have to make free throws, especially in the big games, to stop the bleeding. And you know, so I was pleased overall with our shot selection and just our overall production. We shot 62%, so I'm pleased with that.
Do you feel like you got what you needed out of, I guess, a home trip to kind of refuel and everything before you head back out on the road?
Yeah, we needed it. It's like a truck driver that just pulled into the station and refused for some gas, and now I'm back off. And I needed it. They needed it, you know, because it's tough being out there on the road all the time. You know, there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that no one understands, and it's just physically and mentally draining. So it's kind of tough. It's not the easiest task to get prepared to go give 100% every basketball game. And, you know, credit these young men. They've been placed in a position where they got to do that, and we're not complaining. It is what it is, and we accept that, and we'll move on.
What does your team need to do to finish out these last 2 games strong before you guys get kind of a break?
You know, be tough, execute, and rebound the basketball on the road, and just play extremely hard. You know, I think a lot of times, you know, and I address this with them, we are allowing whether or not the ball go in the hole to predict and project how hard we play on the defensive end of the floor, and that's not the sign of a good team. Like, you got to come down here and control this end of the floor and play as hard as you can if the ball goes in or if it doesn't. And that's the challenge. That's my responsibility with this team. So we got to play tough, we got to execute, and we got to rebound on the road.
Coach Marion McAllister, talk about him coming into this program.
Well, he just joined us. I didn't even know his last name till I saw it on the jersey. That's the truth. We were so decimated and depleted early on. We had walk-on tryouts, and then we had to have them again because we needed bodies. And, you know, he came in and he's given us a solid body at practice just so we can scrimmage against, and, you know, so he can challenge the young men at the 4 and the 5 position. And he's a super kid. I think he got a 8.0 GPA, so we welcome that.
Coach, you had Anthony McDonald. He struggled out there from the floor. He struggled against Memphis. What's he got to do to work through this?
He's a shooter, and that comes and goes. My concern with Anthony is not his shots. He'll make those. My concern with Anthony is just, what are you going to do if you're not making shots? Are you going to get loose balls? Are you going to get the hustle points? Are you going to make the splash plays? Are you going to be solid defensively? You know, and you know, we got to take them as they come with the three-point shot. That's really not a high percentage shot, even though everyone like it, the crowd, the fans, the girls, they like the three-point shot. But, you know, it's a low percentage shot, and sometimes you're going to make it, sometimes you're going to miss it. We got to live with the results. But my thing with him is, what are you going to bring to the table if that shot is not falling for you?
Jordan Clark's a machine out there, 33 points, 10 boards. And, you know, I didn't get an opportunity to talk to you about this in Memphis because it was released late, but he was named Defensive Player of the Week by the conference. Talk about what he was able to get done during that road trip in Maryland.
Well, I'm hard on my seniors, and I didn't like his performance against Maryland early on, and I thought it put us in a hole, not just him, but, you know, we rely so much on his energy. And then against Memphis, he was non-existent. He didn't bring that energy. And I said, Jordan, look, you can't just bring the energy against MEAC schools and Barber-Scotia. It's like we need you to bring the energy night in and night out, regardless of who we're playing against. And that's what he did. And when he brings that, I mean, you see, I don't know if he can get us 33 and 10 every night, but we'll take it. That's incredible results, along with KJ having 14 rebounds. That's great.
Head down to see Mississippi Valley State and Jackson State. What have you guys been keying in on these two teams?
I really haven't seen much of them, but they're really athletic. Jackson State is really, really a good basketball team. Mississippi Valley State, they get up and down, they pressure you, they extend, they try to force and create some havoc on the defensive end of the floor, and they spread the floor and take a lot of three-point shots. So we got our hands full, needless to say.
I think this was a win to help us get back mentally. I think we kind of lost ourselves, and sometimes taking losses like the one we did in Memphis, it could kind of halt us. But I think tonight was a good win, and we got better. We fixed up a lot of things on defense, and we just looked better as an overall unit.
You were able to get 33 points and 10 rebounds. What was kind of working for you tonight?
Normally what works for me every night, and that's just high energy. Coach Moton really has been getting on me about keeping my motor up, and I definitely agree sometimes I get a bit lackadaisical, so I tried to come out tonight and just get myself going and kind of trying to help my teammates and spark some energy plays.
What do you have to change to keep your motor up every game and not just for the big ones?
Preparation. That's what it comes down to. I can't come out and just go through warm-ups. I got to actually warm up as if we're about to play a national championship game. So that's what I'm going to make sure that I stick to doing, and hopefully that takes me to a higher place this year.
Do you feel like the team's confidence as a whole really needed a game like this, needed to get everybody involved, everybody score, and just kind of,
Definitely. After, because after our game in Memphis, people were feeling kind of down. And, sometimes games like that put you in places where it's kind of like, I don't know. But games like this, especially at home, they always build up, help you build up. And coming into the season, conference time, we need this. So this allows us to get a lot of our work in, and a lot of things that we don't normally put in to, be practiced basically and get better.
Going forward, what do you guys need to do to come out strong for these last 2 road games before you get a break?
We just need to stay focused and practice. We just need to practice hard. I think sometimes we try to come to practice just to get through it, but we need to attack every day and try to actually get better. And with that will come the wins, and everything else will follow.
And you guys, hadn't been home in 2 weeks?
It seemed long. I think it was longer than that, and man, that's hard. A lot of people not used to it, and for one, I could tell you I was drained, and I'm not one to complain about feeling drained, but I was. I actually got tired of the flights, and I think that took a lot out of us, but that helps us. Playing those teams and the caliber of those teams that we played, it just helps us put ourselves in a great position during the conference, because things will become easier. Those teams are much bigger, so we kind of see a different type of defense. So if we get around that, then we'll basically be able to get around anything in our conference.
Do you feel like this home win kind of gave you guys a chance to refuel, come home, do some laundry, get the win, and then when you get back out? Yeah,
definitely. It allows you to get back into like your daily routine. Traveling for almost a month straight, coming and leaving the day after, it just takes you out of your everyday routine. It makes you feel kind of unbalanced. So this allows us to get ready and try to finish out 2014 very strong.
I want to ask you about your fellow big men. KJ able to pull down 14 boards. We'll start with him. Talk about his play.
Amazing, man. We had a meeting last night, and we kind of got on KJ about he needs to be a bit more in attack mode, and I think we seen that tonight. it's amazing to see him grab rebounds because, you know, he's not the most athletic guy. But when he gets in there and tussles and makes those kind of plays, it makes everything just click. So those are the type of things we need him to do on top of his offensive game and being able to pass the ball. So that's great.
And then also Nate Maxey, you got your double-double. Nate working on a triple-double, 12 points, 9 boards, and 7 blocks. Damn. What did you see out of him today?
That's crazy, man. I think games like that, that helps. He hasn't had the greatest season so far, and I think this will be a confidence booster to allow him to feel comfortable and get into the system. And 12 points and 7 blocks, that's what he's here to do. He's a shot blocker. And if he instills that into his mind that he can come out here and be the greatest shot blocker, not only in this conference, but one of the best in the country, it'll take us to a higher place.
One more teammate question. Had a new one suiting up today. Mariu McAllister, talk about him.
Mariu, he came kind of late. And when he came in, like, he had an unbelievable work ethic, and he kind of picked up things pretty fast. So it was great to see a guy come out and pretty much live out his dream. I'm pretty sure he's dreamed of this day, and I'm 100% behind him. It was amazing to see him. He got a basket, rebound. It was good to see that.
2-game road trip before Christmas. Mississippi Valley State and Jackson State. How do you feel going into those games?
Feel good because I think that we took basically we used this game as the Memphis game as a lesson, and hopefully everyone gets the message that we can't just take any plays off, and we need to attack and win every day, not just the games but in life. And these 2 road games are ending the year off. I think that'll set us pretty good. We'll come in with a pretty good record, and it'll keep us rolling for the rest of the year during MEAC.
CBS. That stands for Car Buying Simplified. Shop CBS Mitsubishi in Durham or choose from over 500 quality used vehicles at any of our 6 convenient locations. Hurry to CBS Mitsubishi at cbsqualitycars.com.
This has been an exclusive presentation of the NCCU Sports Network.